I loves. I am pulling out some not so oldies, but definitely goodies. The What I Trust list was an exercise that came to me on an airplane one day. I was on my way to something that was giving me the nerves, the jitters, and I just pulled out a pen and regulated my nervous system in communion with the cosmos. It's not as complicated as I just made it sound. The What I Trust list is a tiny little feature that appears in the daily edition of the Heart Centered Planner. I think this really speaks to the current state of the world because no matter how wacky Wednesday it is, we got to anchor into that which feels like universal and reliable. And this is about a little tool to dissolve some anxiety because trust is the antidote to anxiety. So why not make a list about it? Here we go. Hey, let's talk about trust. Before any supercharged opportunity where I want to look great and feel great and really show up and be myself and be generous, not just be generous, but actually be lucid and useful and be generous with that usefulness. Instead of pumping myself up and telling myself that I'm great and I'm awesome, and there are times to do that, what I do is I turn towards what I know to be true, in other words, what I trust. And I create a quote unquote, what I trust list. The first time I did this, I was going to a big speaking gig. It was really big for me at the time. I was on an airplane and I just needed to feel certain about something. I wanted to step on that stage feeling grounded. So what happens is, for a lot of us, we're so busy trying to get our endorphins fired up and get all fucking pumped that we forget that feeling assured is actually a kind of calmness, right? It's so calm, it's all pervasive. And that pervasiveness is what has you be able to show up with a kind of fierceness. It all gets back to trust. It's way easier to be brave when you can reference, when you can call on something that you know to be true, as opposed to mustering bravado about things that you hope are true. So, what do you trust? So here's a few pointers on creating a what I trust list, or more specifically, what you trust. So first of all, you're going to focus on the present. So the point of this exercise is to access the trust that you already have. It's your current experience. You're not reaching for it. You're not trying to conjure it up. You're not trying to talk yourself into something that you trust, that you can stand on. It's already happening for you. It's unwavering. It's true. It's not about building new trust or visualizing outcomes. All right. So you're concentrating on what's currently working in your life. You're concentrating on what you feel to be trustworthy today. It's your lived experience. All right, the next point is that I think it's really important to actually write out a what I trust list. Like, you can do it while you're driving in the bathtub, while you're running. You could do this in down dog, but there's something about actually writing it. And by writing it, I mean by hand, not typed out. There's that movement from, vision to hand that I think creates some more flow and some flexibility in your psyche. So, if you imagine like your mind is a lung and it's inhaling and exhaling as you list out what you're trusting. Yeah, that's the flow of writing. Inhale, exhale, what I trust. Here it is, written down on paper. All right, the next step, if you so choose, is to speak it out. So if you're an auditory learner, this is really good to do. You could leave yourself a voicemail about what you trust. You could even do a voice to text on your phone, and that way you have the experience of speaking it out loud and you have it in writing. anything to hear yourself affirming what you trust. So just stream your consciousness, let it pour out. And again, you don't have to include things on your list that you don't fully have trust in. It's okay if your list is really short. It's better to go for brevity than bravado. It's okay if what you trust is really esoteric and grand and metaphysical and out there. It's okay if what you trust is really basic and primal and simple. Here's some things that I trust just for inspiration. I trust the love that I have for my son. I trust that drinking water is going to come out of my taps. I trust that the sun is going to rise tomorrow. I trust that I have been chosen and chosen to be here. I trust that my team is doing their best to be of service. I trust that I can have an effect on people who need what I have to offer. I trust that I will always have another idea. I trust that a lot of my ideas are great. I trust that life is breathing me when I sleep. I trust that I can always find a reason to laugh. I trust that I can recover from all kinds of setbacks and struggles. I trust in my body's wisdom. I trust in my sense of style. I trust my friends. I trust particular friends particularly deeply. I know that they love me for who I am. I trust that I can go to them with the best of me, the worst of me. Oh, I trust in the seasons. I trust that everything is progress even when it's so brutal. I trust in the mystery. So you get how it goes. It can be even more practical. You just trust that your car is going to be parked where you left it. You trust that your loved one is going to look you in the eye when you get home. You trust that your client is going to pay you. You trust that your dog loves you, right? This exercise can be so calming and nourishing for your nervous system. That's one of the points here. Calm your nervous system with what you know to be true. You can trust right now. You can trust in the now. Consciously access what you know to be positively true, and that sureness will strengthen the bridge to what's coming next. You can trust me on this. I want to drop something philosophical in here and talk about, as you know, all timing is divine. It's getting more diviner, is that even a word? Because it is Heart-Centered Planner season. The reviews are in and the hype is real. This is a tool in digital or print that will help you get through the day if that's what you need, and also help you make some evolutionary leaps. Nourishing thoughts, heart check-ins, weekly gratitudes, sometimes daily, how to build your wellness team, quarterly reflections on the quality of your relationship with yourself and the people you love the most. I've built a structure that helps you check in with your mind and your emotions, your body, your spirit, relationships, of course, your livelihood, how you play, and your space and the things you own in your life, your stuff. I help you break it down into key actions every week, and I make it all really beautiful and really, really simple. Because I have come to believe, to experience that simplicity is actually a spiritual practice that will save us all. Speaking of savings, I have a code for you, as I always do. Head to daniellelaporte.com/shop. You get clear how many planners you're getting for yourself, for others, if you're a weekly person, if you're a daily person, if you're undated. And then when you head to checkout, you get 10% off when you key in this code PODPLANNER10, PODPLANNER10, PODPLANNER10 at checkout. You can listen to this beautiful conversation we're having. You can do it simultaneously, or wait till I say, with love, Danielle, and head on over, knowing that all timing is divine, but right now it's diviner. I would love to know what you put on your What I Trust list. You could let me know at support@daniellelaporte.com, or you could DM me at daniellelaporte.com. You could save this episode. You could share this episode. You could subscribe, and I will keep coming back, always with love, Danielle. Thank you so much for listening, for feeling, for spreading the word. With love.